All right, good morning, everybody. So I think I've seen everybody in one of my classes, or we've at least talked at some point in time. I'm Lisa Gray. I'm the fitness coordinator here, so I do group fitness, personal training. Any of the crazy that goes on in this room, the pool, or out on the floor is my team. And right now we have a really amazing team. I'm ever so grateful for all of them. The level of expertise we have, the level of education we have in our facility, I've never found anywhere else. So I'm thrilled to death with my team. So a little background from my part. I've been in fitness since 2003. I started accidentally. I was at a lunch with one of my mother's friends. She's like, you know what, you should manage my curves. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. She said, no, really, you should manage the curves. I'm like, not my gig. And so by the time lunch was finished, I had a job that I didn't want, that I had no idea what to do with. And here we are 21 years later in fitness. And I'm thankful that she pushed me in the right direction. So I've been with Emory for the last 5 years. Over the last 5 years, we've seen a lot of changes, a lot of interesting things happening. And we've seen a lot of progress as far as how we are exercising and what we're focusing on to get us there. You know, we're coming at it from a different approach. So who started working out in the 80s? Somewhere in there, 70s, 80s, 90s. Jane Fonda, did anybody Jane Fonda before? Yeah, we all did that. Yeah. I remember those things. I'm like, oh gosh, no wonder we hurt now. I fully understand. But we've learned a lot from the time that we started until now. So that's kind of what we're going to go through today. So thriving through movement, training for the sport of life. Good morning, come on in. So can we accept the fact that we are all athletes? Do you move? You move, right?
Walk.
Okay, you walk. Do you get up and down throughout the day?
Yes.
Do you, here, let me mute everybody real quick. Everybody, can you mute yourselves? Because it looks like I gotcha. If you aren't muted, please mute yourself. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Okay. Am I in charge now? Hang on. I'm never in charge. Let me see if I can. Sorry, guys. I thought I was good. Carmen, I'm going to mute you. Give me just a second. I have to figure out how to make me in charge. Remember when I said something about technology and how much I love it? It's not my forte. So I need to, Carmen, I'm not sure why you're host, lady.
Probably the host has to relinquish.
Well, yeah, Carmen, who's the host? Oh, this just made me all kinds of sweaty. All right, my peeps who are online, I'm recording this, so I'm going to send you the recording just, if you've already logged in, I've got your email address. I'm gonna send you the recording. Fair? And it'll come out this afternoon, because I'm not sure what's going on with my computer. So I will finish recording, I'll upload it to YouTube, I'll send you the YouTube link, and you'll have access to everything.
Very good at country.
Yeah, this is not my forte.
Got a suggestion, you could bring it up on your phone and we could hear you like that.
Well, the problem is, can you hear me now? Jude, can you hear me now? No. Okay. Welcome to January, everybody. Good morning. Okay, so athletes, you move, right? Do you get in and out of your car? Okay, you get up and down off the couch. So every time you do that, you're doing a squat, right? And life comes at us in all different directions. So you're moving throughout the day, you're getting up and down off the chair, you're getting up and down off the couch, or
I can hear you.
can you hear me now? Okay, great. So we are athletes in the sport of life, because life comes at us in all different
So we'll see what
directions.
happens in them.
So I need us to think about that, and as we're approaching our workouts,
Thank you.
what that looks like. Fair? How long has everybody been working out? Is this your first time working out ever? First year? It's your first year? You've done really well. You've done, I see you in class all the time.
Also, I
You've done
can't
really, really
see
well.
her. Is she on the main screen? Or
Is
yours, or
this
is she in
anybody's
the background?
fifth
No,
year,
fifth year.
10th year? Been doing this for a long, long time. You could teach this class.
I can see her in the
You've
back.
been doing this for a really long
See
time.
the exercise room, and she's far away.
Let me.
Is the microphone near the computer, is that the problem?
I'm just going to end this and call it good. Okay, let's try it. So what I need us to think about today is kind of coming at this from a different direction than what we are used to doing. Fair? So every day, we have a bunch of people coming into the gym, gyms nationwide. This is a $31 billion industry. So we throw $31 billion at fitness on a yearly basis. It is increasing by 7.67% every single year. So pre-pandemic, I think we were 45 billion, and we are increasing steadily and getting back on track. So that's a lot of money that we're throwing at getting healthier, getting fit. But if you look at our health system and where we are currently, we haven't improved. So we started throwing all this money into a fitness industry since 1970 something, and our numbers health-wise are going down. So what are we doing wrong? We're doing something wrong. Something's not working. So what is the number one reason we exercise? If you had to guess.
I want to stay mobile as long as I can.
Okay. For the average person, what do you think they're exercising for? Why?
Keep from gaining weight.
They want to lose weight, right? And those people come into the gym, that's exactly what they say. I want to lose weight, I want to be fit. So let's take a short intermission. So could we all stand up? Oh, don't go too far, Ellen. Can we all sit back down? Can we all stand up? Okay, we're gonna play Simon Says. So I want you to, Simon Says, sit halfway down. Simon Says, stand all the way up. Simon Says, sit halfway down. Hold it. Simon Says, take 2 steps to your right. Don't trip, guys. Simon Says, take 2 steps to your left. Stand all the way up. Simon Says, stand all the way up. Simon Says, sit all the way down. Simon Says, all the way down. Okay. So you just did A, squats, and B, monster squats. So if you can incorporate those 2 movements into any of your workouts, life is good, right? So we're hitting all those majors we need to do. We need to sit, we need to stand, because we use the bathroom, we get in and out of the car, we get up and down out of the chair, we get out of bed. As long as we can squat, we can maintain our independence. Life doesn't always hit us from the front, so we need to be able to move laterally. So anytime you start adding in this movement into any of your workouts, we're hitting the outside, your adductors and abductors, and it's gonna make you stronger, more stable, and so you're able to catch yourself as you're balancing. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's my little 2 cents, get us moving. Make sure you're getting those movements in any of your workouts. So even though the majority of us are coming in and working out because we want to maintain our weight loss isn't necessarily affected by physical activity. It's not an adaptation, that's what I want to say. Weight loss is not an adaptation of physical activity. Now I'll get to that in just a minute. But the diseases we do affect are metabolic disease, so type 2 diabetes, any insulin resistance, or insulin sensitivity, any cardiovascular diseases, heart disease, any strokes that, I think it's every 33 seconds, somebody dies from a heart attack. Every 33 seconds. Every 3 minutes, somebody dies from a stroke. So about close to 700,000 people in the United States died from heart disease in 2021. So that's 1 in every 5 deaths was from heart disease in some way, shape, or form. Cancer is also affected by our physical activity. So about 3% of all of the cancers in the United States could be prevented if we were more physically active. That's a staggering statistic. If I could just move, I wouldn't have these 3 types of cancers. And then of course, neurodegenerative disease. And this is, have you seen the studies recently about Alzheimer's or dementia and exercise? Has that hit anybody's radar? Yeah, I'm that geeky person that like reads all the stuff. But we're finding that the more active we are, the better off we're going to be with, making sure that cognitively we're as stable as possible. So we're kind of looking at dementia and Alzheimer's as maybe like a type 3 diabetes, kind of what they're calling it now. So any type of movement we can get in is going to be very, very helpful. So we've all done this once or twice. It's your first time, welcome in. But we've all done this, right? We've started gym membership because something happened. So we're gonna say Jill. Jill went to the doctor in November. And in November, her doctor said, Jill, I really need you to start moving a little bit more. The scale's creeping up, little arthritis is setting in. You would feel a lot better if you would move. All right, cool. I'll start a gym membership. Well, I'm not gonna start it over Thanksgiving, and I'm certainly not gonna start it over Christmas. So January, I'm gonna start my workouts. Does all sound familiar? So Jill has gone on and she has scanned the internet. She's prepping for this. She's getting set. She scanned the internet for the best ways to be healthy. And she found...
This is creatine monohydrate. One of the most
Not the creatine, that's not what she found. What she found was this. And she started going through and she was looking and finding all the things that she might do in the gym. And she decided that no, lifting weights wasn't her thing. That probably wasn't her thing either. No. Probably not gonna do that one. Probably not. But this one she said excited, by golly, I'm doing the kangaroo boots. And that's the class I'm gonna do. So she finds a gym that's across town, and she's got her boots, and she's all set to go, okay? So January rolls around, and she is all kinds of excited. She's got her boots, she's got her new workout gear, she's got her new leggings, she's on it. So she drives across town to do her little kangaroo boot exercise program, and she does it for an hour every day. And she does this consistently for a month. And after a month, she's been working really, really hard, and she hasn't seen anything change. And she gets frustrated, and she gets angry. And just like 73% of the people who started gym membership, she quits. Does this sound familiar? Because that was me. I was this person. I was this person probably 2, 3, 4, or 5 times. The solution to that is you become a fitness professional, and then you don't have the option that you have to work out. No. Okay.
Or come here.
You come here. We are in a really good good location. I drive an hour every morning, and I'm not saying that so you guys feel bad for me, but I drive an hour every morning because this is such a unique gym that I will make the drive just so I can come and work with you guys because I love you so much. Let's stand up again. All right, 2 minutes, went to march in place. Be kind to yourselves, guys. If I ask you to do anything you're uncomfortable doing, it's okay to not do it. Now, guys, I want you to go tap and tap. Tap, tap. I want you to go tight through the belly button, right? Tight across the hips. Let's start swinging your arms. What if we go heel forward? Heel, heel. And let's take it right back to marching. Looking good, guys. We're gonna step toward the bikes. So we're gonna go step, touch, step, touch, step, dun, dun, dun. Don't hit your neighbor. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Feels pretty good? Okay, touch behind. Let's get those arms going. Are you starting to get warm? Is your heart rate starting to elevate? Anybody breathing a little heavier? Not yet. But if we did this for 10 minutes, would you breathe a little heavier? Yes. Alright, have a seat, guys. So that's your zone 2 cardio, and we'll get into that in just a second. So we've talked squats, we've talked lateral movements, and then we've talked cardio. Because cardio is fun. So back to Jill. So she went to the gym, she went across town. She did her very specialized program with kangaroo boots. She did it for a month and nothing changed. She got frustrated, she quit. So what went wrong? So the problem that we all run into is that we've approached this from the wrong direction. So we went in with the idea that we need to be fit, we need to be healthy. We started shotgunning everything. We hit the pretty machines, the pretty muscle machines. I'm gonna do my biceps. I'm gonna do triceps because triceps are so much fun, right? Triceps. I'm gonna do glutes because glutes. But we don't really have a plan. So it's kind of like if I got in my car, I wanted to go to El Paso, and I just started driving. But I didn't plug anything into my GPS. Am I gonna get to El Paso? Maybe eventually, I don't know. But most likely not the most efficient, effective way to get there. So the best way to get us focused on what we want is to start from our goal and work our way backwards. So the question I have for you today is, what do you really want? So in 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years, what do you want to be doing? So we've had several things that were thrown out, you know, walk through the mall with my grandkids. Actually, walk through the mall with my grandkids and them not be embarrassed, right? I wanna pull myself up and out of the pool. I wanna continue to garden. I wanna go grocery shopping for myself. I want to walk up steps. I wanna make it to the Atlanta airport, right? It's challenging in and of itself. Be strong enough to help my partner up off the floor. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of, ladies, as we are aging, is you tend to be the caregivers of your spouse. And we have a lot of caregivers for, like, ladies who are helping their husbands, you know, and staying mobile. We tend to be a little bit healthier, we tend to be a little younger than our spouses, unfortunately. And that falls on us to be the caregivers. Carry a quarter of my body weight in each hand for a minute. And that's an odd one, and I'll explain that one because they're finding that grip strength is a correlation with how healthy you are. And it may just be that because you have a good grip, you're just stronger already. So it's not just necessarily your grip strength, you know, so don't go out with the little hand squeezy thing, girlfriend, yeah, I saw that. Don't get the hand squeezy thing thinking that's going to make you live longer. That's not what that is. When you hold something heavy, your lats have to engage all through your shoulder, into the chest, your forearms, into the biceps, triceps. Everything has to work to carry the heavy item. So when you're carrying heavy things, all of this has to be strong. If all of this is strong, it's a good indicator of your health. Fair? Okay. I know, the weird things that we come up with that we're like, this really makes sense to me, I get it. But it all kind of ties in together at the end, so hang with me. Is there anything you guys want to do 5, 10, 15 years from now? Other than breathe?
No, I have lost a lot of bone density.
That's a big one. That is such a big one, and we're gonna talk about bone density in just a second. Anything else? What you wanna do, love?
In 5 years, I wanna be here. There's no guarantee for that.
100%.
But I want to, my goal is to be able to, as I have, continue traveling internationally.
Oh, so you're doing older cities, right? You're doing cobblestones, you're doing uneven sidewalks.
Yeah, and of course, when you said the airport in class once, that of course resonates with me, because, I mean, it's pretty.
It's brutal.
These international airports, I don't wanna be in a wheelchair. I mean, I can't, and there's no destination where I can function if I can't walk through the airport.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that, it's a specific goal.
Yeah, so we need to continue traveling. So, you know, specifically then, I would start targeting, I wanna make sure I'm moving laterally. I wanna make sure that I'm doing my squats. I wanna work my way to a single leg stand up, is what I wanna work my way to.
Pardon me?
A single leg stand up. So
Yes,
it would look like, so this is a stand up, right?
yes.
That's a single leg stand
Well,
up.
I had a vision of that. I'm working on
Yeah.
the double leg stand up without
And that's
assistance.
you know, and that's perfect, but this is a great place to start.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
you just
think
start-
about it every time I get off the toilet.
Facts. That was my biggest fear, is I always want to be able to use the bathroom by myself. And it sounds so stupid and ridiculous, but I want to use the bathroom by myself. I don't need any help. Anything else you guys want to do? Anything that resonates with you today? Hiking. So hiking, we need to increase your VO2 max. So how well your body uses oxygen? How well it can, what's the maximum amount of oxygen your body can use efficiently, effectively?
I want to be able to keep myself safe, so the children don't have to worry about me.
Yes, huge.
Walking, functioning.
Balance is gonna come into play, yeah. So all those things, you know, that what we're doing out on the floor is going to affect this list, and the things that you really wanna do as you're aging. the next question I'm gonna ask you is, what is your why? And that's a really good why then. What's your why? Why do I do this? Why do I wanna do this? You know, why am I working out? And sometimes it is the most ridiculous reason why you're working out to get you where you wanna be. So mine for the longest time back in my previous life was I had this girl who ran through my neighborhood and it made me angry that her butt was better than mine. And it's the most ridiculous reason to work out. But at the end of the day, I became healthier because that irritated me. So what makes you angry enough, or what gets you motivated enough, passionate enough, that you're gonna continue to work toward your list? What's your why? So think about that. Falling scares the pee out of me. Yeah, that's terrifying. I don't wanna do that. So let's start talking about how we're gonna put together our program. So I need you to think about, because there's a bunch of information out there, and just like we saw with the video of the girl with the kangaroo boots in the class, there are a lot of different ways to get to where you wanna be, okay? There's a lot of methods to get there. There's only a few adaptations, but there's a lot of methods to get to that same place. So let's start with your time. And I think that's gonna be, typically when I talk to a gym goer, even your retirees, their biggest issue is time. So how much time are you gonna commit to being healthier? So think about it for a second. How much time do you really want to delve into being a healthier person? So for the average person, I'm typically seeing somewhere around 5 hours a week. Think about how much you're currently working out, how much you're currently moving. And that's all movement. So it's not just necessarily coming here to the gym, maybe it's walking outside. Maybe it is, taking a bike ride. Maybe it's walking through the mall with a friend. Maybe it's, you do like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. How much time are you committing to working out? So a real quick, as you're coming up with your time frame, I want you to spend 50% of that time working on strength and mobility, and then 50% of that time working on cardio. Now, my myth buster. Weight loss is not an adaptation of exercise. So as you're working out, your body will do it'll adapt, right? So our goal is I want to do bicep curls. That's an easy one. I'm gonna do bicep curls. I'm gonna start with a 3-pound weight. The 3-pound weight becomes easier. I'm gonna move my way up to a 4-pound, 5-pound weight. My body is adapting. It's getting used to doing what it's doing. So there are 9 adaptations your body will actually do, which is you can increase your skill level on something. You can learn how to play a sport better. Improve your golf swing, improve in pickleball. I know. I know. You can improve your speed. Your power can improve, and your power is actually gonna be a combination of speed and strength. Power. Your strength can improve muscular endurance and then muscular hypertrophy. Do you know what the difference is? So strength is just, can I pick up a heavy thing one time? Muscular endurance is, can I pick up a heavy thing several times? Muscular hypertrophy is going to be the size of the muscle. It's the pretty muscle, right? You want the pretty muscles? That's our pretty muscle. Your anaerobic capacity and your aerobic capacity. So your anaerobic capacity is that's going to be your VO2 max. Okay? And then this is going to run into your like zone 2 cardio. How long endurance can I increase my aerobic capacity? So weight loss is just a side effect of improving your overall fitness. It's not gonna be an adaptation of what your body will do if you exercise. Does that, I know it's kind of muddy. Did that make sense? Fair? It's a side effect. It's a side effect. Typically, you're gonna see some change. You're gonna see body composition change. So it might not be you're saying weight loss. It's like some of us, there are several people who don't want to lose weight. And we just need to add muscle and change the body composition where we're at.
So then you gain weight.
Maybe. Yeah, so what you're gonna see is a change in your size, typically. When you start gaining muscle, lose a little bit of fat, you're gonna see different changes through like muscle tone. You'll see maybe your pant size go down, your shirt size go down, your arms are gonna fill out a little bit more. So you'll see those changes in your body, but you might not see a weight loss change. Do you guys remember when I came in with my bioimpedance scale sheet and it said that I was skinny fat? It did. It hurt my heart. It just hurt my heart so bad. But it told me something that I knew it. I just didn't want to admit it. And what it's telling me is that my body composition was off. Meaning I had more body fat than I had my lean muscle mass. The ratio was off.
How did you get that information?
So I have a toy that we're ordering. I'm so excited about my toy. But it's really good information. So I can show you the sheet when we're finished. It's in my office. It's just a bioimpedance. So you see like the little omrons where you hold it and it gives you your body fat percentage. This is a little more in depth. It's 98% the accuracy of a DEXA scan. So I know that got my attention. I was like, wow, that's impressive. But it gave me my lean muscle mass. It gave me where my body fat percentage is currently. And then it kind of gave me an idea of where I should be. Yeah. And then my basal metabolic rate. I mean, there were different aspects of this sheet that was really impressive. So that is in the works. It actually showed me, yes, because I carry here. It showed me it showed me here's where I'm carrying my weight. It also showed me that my balance was off, that I'm shifting to one side or the other side. So it was really a fairly in-depth report that I can take to my doctor. I can use it personally. I can take it to my personal trainer and go, here's where I'm at. This is what I need to fix. And then how are we gonna get there? So that is in the works. I just have to, it's a hospital. So it just takes us a bit of time to get everything situated to get it in place. So I don't want you coming in with the idea that I'm here to lose weight. I want you coming in with the idea that I'm here to improve. And this is gonna be my side effect. Okay? And let's stand up. Intermission. So as you reach up all the way toward the ceiling, give me a slight back bend, reach. Now reach one arm up toward the ceiling a bit higher, and then the other arm up toward the ceiling a bit higher. Let's just start getting long through side body, getting a little bit of movement. One of the things that we don't do enough is we don't stretch enough. And as you noticed in my breakdown on the 50-50, 50% is cardio and 50% is me strength and 50% is part of this mobility. So reach up high again and now start opening back and opening wide. Don't whack your neighbor unless they need it. Push your hands back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, comfortable range of motion, everybody. Let's go ahead. Grasp your hands together, open through your chest. That should feel pretty good. Lift your sternum up toward the ceiling. Big inhale here, big exhale. Feel all the area through your collarbone starting to open up. Now take your chin from shoulder to shoulder. That should feel pretty good. I want you to drop your chin down to your chest and shake your head no. And then nod your head Yes. Release your stretch, guys. Give yourselves an amazingly big hug. Do a little side to side. And release. So let's go ahead and take a step backward. You can hold on to your chair if you need to hold on to a chair. I just want you to press your hips back behind you. Get long through your hamstring. You can support wherever you need to support. Release the quadricep or the front of your thigh. Press back your hips a little bit further. Open up your hamstrings. Roll this all the way back up. Step a little bit further forward. Now I want you to tuck your tailbone underneath and open up your quadricep. Open up your hip flexors. Does anybody sit during the day? This is your new best friend. Open these guys up. Easy, easy. Release that stretch. Switch it out. Press back into the hamstrings.
Feels good.
Doesn't it feel nice to move? Oh my gosh. So we actually have 3 stretch classes, and then we have yoga as well. If you're not attending one of those classes, at least stick your head in for one, check it out. 3 of them are seated, so everything's from the chair, or you have a chair available to you. Roll this up, take a step forward, soften the back knee, and then tuck your tailbone underneath. Nice and tall. Lift your chest. We just don't do this enough. And this is going to affect your power. This is going to affect your balance. This is going to affect how well you can move through life. So if you're not doing a stretch program in some way, shape, or form, get into a stretch class. And
I have a question about that. I saw an article lately that said don't stretch before you exercise, stretch afterward. What do you think about that? I mean,
you know what? There's a bunch of different thought processes in exercise. Go ahead and have a seat, guys. Relax. I like to get you warm. I like to see a little bit of mobility movement. You know, maybe working through the shoulders, open the chest, getting some range of motion, right? More dynamic. And then at the end of my workout, maybe I'll do a little more static stretching. So you want to, as you're going into a workout, you want to prep your body for what it's going to experience. So if I'm going to do shoulder work that day, I really want to make sure that I'm warming up my shoulders and getting them ready to move, so that way it's a little more fluid, it's a little more, it's just prepared to do something. Okay? Any other questions before I move on? Stretch, guys. Stretch, 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 stretch. All right, so what does this look like? So for most people I talk to, typically they're looking at maybe 5 hours a week to be healthier. So how I want to break that up is I'm going to do 2.5 hours of strength and mobility activities. I'm going to do 2.5 hours of cardiovascular activities, and we'll talk about what the cardio looks like in just a second. Okay. So this is kind of a sample breakdown of what it might look like. So maybe Monday I'm going to do strength training. I'm going to do a strong and fit class, and that's going to hit my muscle endurance, because we're not lifting anything heavy enough to do like a full honest to God strength or a full honest to God power. Then I'm going to do a zone 2 cardio. That's walking fast enough that my heart rate's going to increase on Tuesday. I'm going to do it for 30 minutes. I can do it here in the gym, I can do it on a treadmill, I can do anything that's going to increase my heart rate for 30 minutes. And so Wednesday, I'm going to move into a strength training day. I'm going to pick 3 to 5 machines. I'm going to do 3 to 5 sets. And I want to do a weight that is heavy enough that I can do somewhere between, I'm going to give you a really big number, between 4 to 12 repetitions, according to where you are and what your goal is. So if you're just starting out, I'm going to do 12 repetitions. I want to use a weight that's a little bit lighter. I'm going to pick 3 to 5 machines. Let's say I'm going to do the bicep curl, I'm going to do the leg press, and and I'm gonna do the lat pull down. Okay? So I'm gonna do the bicep curl, I'm gonna do 12 repetitions. I'm gonna go over to the leg press, I'm gonna do 12 repetitions. I'm gonna go over to the lat pull down. Does everybody know what that is? The machine where you pull, pull it down. I'm gonna do the lat pull down for 12 repetitions. I'm gonna do that 3 to 5 times. Okay? I'm not gonna pick the same machines all the time, I'm gonna pick different machines. So I'm gonna kind of go through, find my 3 to 5 I wanna target that day, and then move on to the next. Now, when you get to a point where you're like, I got this, no problem, piece of cake. Now I really wanna target in, and I'm going to pick 3 to 5 machines that are gonna target the same body areas. So once I get comfortable with this process, now I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna do the bicep, I'm gonna do the tricep, I'm gonna do a cable extension on the multi-trainer. I know, all these fun things to do. So the cable pulley system, where you pull the ropes down toward your thighs. Have you never done that?
No.
It's like all those good tricep movements. But I'm gonna take 3 to 5 things, we're gonna target the same areas, and then I'm gonna do that same process. Fair? And then maybe the next time I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do legs. Do I have to do an arm day and a leg day? No. No, so take everything that we were told was a hard set rule, and I want you to throw it out the window. Because there's no magic formula that makes everything work just right. Because what works for Ellen might not work for me. So please don't think that you have to come through and do like the sets that we used to do, all the bro science, you know, we don't have to do the chest with the triceps, legs on a separate day, that it doesn't, you don't have to do that. Don't make this any harder than what it is. Pick 3 to 5 things you like to do, just don't pick 3 to 5 things the same thing all the time. Cool. Thursday we're gonna do VO2 max interval training, and then we're gonna do mobility movements. So that's making sure, so the VO2 max training is increasing how well your body is gonna use your oxygen, and I'll get to that in just a second. And then mobility movements. So I wanna make sure that I can move my ankle. So I'm gonna plant the foot, maybe work through the ankle movement. Because if I can't move my ankle, I can't do this. If I can't do this, I can't walk. I wanna make sure that my hips are moving well. You know, I'm gonna get into a little hip mobility, maybe doing cars, because they're so much fun. Controlled articulated rotations. I know. So it's an up, it's an out, it's a lift, it's back around and in. You know, maybe I'm doing something like that for 15 minutes and getting a little more mobility into my joints. Any questions about anything I've talked about so far? I'm gonna go ahead, go ahead.
Just one about the machines. I'm very intimidated by machines. And do you ever do a class on how to use the different?
We actually, you have a fitness assessment available to you. Have you done one yet?
No.
Okay, has anybody done a fitness assessment? If you have, fantastic. If you've not, please ask the front desk, they'll put you on the schedule. You'll meet with one of our exercise physiologists, and they'll walk you through the machines.
That'd be really helpful.
Yeah,
Look at all those.
they're scary. Alright, there's buttons and stuff everywhere, and I don't know what to do with it.
Thank you.
But that's, yeah, no, please, take advantage of those things. If you're here during the day, it's Jeremy. He's an exercise physiologist. He'll walk you through, you know, what your goals are, and just from what you've shared with me so far, I'm assuming you want to gain muscle mass.
Yes.
So-
Body. Yeah.
So he'll talk to you about how to gain muscle mass in the areas you really want to gain muscle mass in, and which machines you should use, how to set them up properly, and what weight to start with. Hey, love. Come on in, have a seat. Okay. So, yeah, just check with Wesley. He'll get you set up for that. So Friday I'm gonna do another strength training day, and then Saturday I'm gonna go out. So I'm gonna take a walk for an hour. I'm gonna enjoy the sunshine, I'm gonna enjoy the fresh air, and I'm gonna walk with a friend, I'm gonna take a walk, and then Sunday, I'm gonna go back into my zone 2 cardio, and then I'm gonna do mobility movements again. That's what a sample week would maybe look like. Is this gospel? No. Do you have to do it this way? No. But it's an idea of how to break it up to where you're getting your 2.5 hours of each different type of activity in. Cool. Questions? I'm throwing a lot of information at you guys, and I'm throwing it pretty quick. So if I need to stop or slow down, please let me know. So not all cardio is the same. So I was talking zone 2 cardio, and I was talking VO2 max interval training. And the difference is gonna be your zone 2 cardio is long sustained cardio. That's, I'm going for that long walk, maybe I'm hiking in like a low grade. So maybe like low hills, maybe a long walk through the park. I want to be working hard enough that I could talk to you, but maybe I don't want to. You know? We could have a little short choppy sentence conversation. Your perceived exertion should be, I don't know, between a 3 and a 4. So it should be hard enough, my heart rate's coming up, but I shouldn't feel like I wanna die yet. Right? This is not I wanna die, this is, I'm walking, I'm slightly competitive with Meredith when we walk, and it's funny when we walk through the hospital because it's not a short trek from here to there. But she'll start walking faster, or I'll start walking faster, one or the other one's gonna happen. And eventually, before we're halfway through the hospital, we're kind of breathing a little bit heavier, and we're like, what is wrong with you? She's like, I don't know, you did it. Because we just keep walking a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. So we're hitting that zone 2 cardio. Your VO2 max interval training. This is a different creature. This is a little uglier. Any heart conditions, you need to have your doctor approve you for zone 2 cardio, for your interval training before you do it. Fair. This is a little harder. This is going to, my hikers, you know, this is improving how your body is going to use your oxygen, or the amount of oxygen you can consume at one point. So let's make sure that you're good to go to do interval training. Now what that's gonna look like is, you usually wanna see like a 1-to-1 ratio. So maybe I'm gonna do a minute of hard work, and I'm gonna do a minute of recovery. So a minute of, I think I might wanna die. Okay. Like a 7 to 9 on your perceived exertion. Not quite my max, right below my max. I want to increase my heart rate to where I'm really kind of pushing. And then I want to drop back down to maybe somewhere around my zone 2, 3 to 4 perceived exertion, and recover my heart rate to where I can breathe again. This is going to be harder to breathe. We're definitely not having a conversation. This is a focused, sustained interval. Does that make sense?
How long should you do that?
Like the interval itself or the workout itself?
I guess the interval is fine.
So the interval, I would start with maybe a minute, maybe a minute and a half. So what could you do that?
Well, I've started going up to the 7th floor every morning before heading back down.
Yeah, you.
Down is a lot easier.
Yes.
But right now I'm only doing it once.
Okay.
That's pushing myself, but I think I'm probably in whatever zone that
So
most of the way up.
could you talk to me on the way up?
Well, probably, but not easily.
Not easy. Okay, then that's your zone
I have to
2.
stop and breathe hard, twice going on.
Okay, then you're hitting your interval then. So that percentageness.
There used to be a chart on the wall where you figured your target heart rate by your age. How do you know what your target heart rate is? When I'm on a machine, you know, sometimes it'll go over to the red zone, and I don't think I'm working that hard on the
I gotcha.
bike, you know?
So you can, if you wanna figure out your maximum heart rate for your age, you take the number 220 and you subtract your age. And that's about your maximum heart rate. Now, I prefer the Carovian calculation a little bit more. It seems it's a little more accurate. And it's like 0.67 times your age minus, it's a long equation. But it has your heart rate in there as well. Because your resting heart rate is not gonna be the same thing as my resting heart rate. You know, what your capability is might be different than mine. I don't do cardio. I said that out loud. I know, I hate cardio, to shoot me, I hate cardio. I don't do it as much as I should. So if you do cardio all the time, your heart rate's gonna be much better than mine. So I think an equation that has your heart rate in it is probably a little more accurate than just your age related.
Where would you get that?
Yeah, I can give you the name of it. You just Google it and you just plug your numbers in. So for that, you're gonna have your resting heart rate, which means first thing in the morning when you get up, before you get out of bed, before you do anything crazy, no drinking coffee or anything, check your heart rate, see where you're at. Anybody have a tracker? Anybody hear trackers? Yeah. Sometimes they'll be on your tracker, you'll have your resting heart rate. But that would be a good indicator where you're at. And then, again, I live, eat, and breathe by my watch. I shouldn't, but I do, because anybody else numbers people? A numbers person. I like numbers. Numbers make me really happy. So I live, eat, and breathe by this thing. But, that's, you know, that's a way to do it as well. Any questions about this? Because it's kind of why would I do this?
Challenge yourself.
Challenge yourself, but I wanna walk up hills, right? And I want to walk up my stairs without having to stop and take a breath. This is what's gonna help you with that. So maybe I'm doing it on a treadmill, and I'm going, you know, I'm speeding up and slowing down. Maybe I'm increasing my elevation and speeding up.
Help improve your blood oxygen throughout the day, by doing this daily.
I would do this a couple times a week. I mean, I wouldn't do this more than, that's brutal. It's kind of brutal. I mean, that's rude, man. To get a true, honest to God, VO2 max interval workout, I only want to do it once a week. Maybe. So out of my 50% that I have dedicated to my cardio, 80% of that's gonna be my zone 2, my 3 to 4. 20% of that is gonna be my, oh my God, I wanna die. Fair. So now you have all this information, right? So what makes this time different? Because we've done this once or twice. We've all started a workout program. We've all started, you know, getting back on track. We've all started gym membership. We've all quit a gym membership. So why is this one different? So the difference is we're gonna start better habits or better systems to get us to where we wanna be. So you're not stuck. You're just committed to certain patterns of behavior that have worked for you in the past. Well, they don't work for you anymore. And now they're creating more harm than they are good. So how do we get past that? We're going to start developing some different habits, and we're gonna start really microscopically small. Do I expect you to go out, change your entire workout pattern, change your eating pattern, and the whole kit and caboodle tomorrow? Of course not. That's rude, that's just wrong. That's why most people quit, because we go all in, and we can't. Because this is a lifestyle change, and this is training to be that athlete. And you didn't go out and run a marathon by doing nothing. You had to start somewhere, right? So I started walking slowly. I started, you know, maybe doing a mile, maybe doing 2 miles, and then built my way up to that marathon. So we just have to find a different formula. So I want you to start small. So what is the one thing that you can do that really feels very minute, doesn't feel like it's an effort at all. What is the one small thing you can do different that's gonna change where we're heading? Maybe it's, I'm going to the gym 3 times a week. Maybe I'm going to add in a 4th. Or maybe I'm going to take a walk. Maybe I'm not doing cardio at all. And maybe I now want to add commercial breaks. Do we have commercials anymore? Do we still, okay, turn to commercial breaks. I'll get up and I'll walk around the house until the end of the commercial and I'll sit and watch my show. That's pretty small. That doesn't take a lot of effort. But it's more than what you were doing before. Then I'm gonna stack my habits. So by stacking a habit, I want you to take something that you already do. It's automatic. You don't have to think about it. In the morning when I get up, I use the restroom, I go, and I start my coffee. I don't have to think about it. I start my coffee. That's automatic for me. So maybe I'm now gonna stack a habit with starting my coffee. I'm gonna start my coffee, and while my coffee is brewing, I'm gonna do 5 air squats. It's more than what I was doing before. And now I have a habit that is automatic that I'm going to stack another habit with. So that way, that becomes automatic. So I know every time I start my coffee, I'm gonna do 5 squats. Fair? As we're working through this process, as you're changing how you're working out, something is gonna go wrong. Life is gonna happen. If you have to leave, it's okay. Something's gonna go wrong, something's gonna happen, and you're gonna get derailed. What's your plan for when you derail? What's gonna happen? So how can you, so I was working out, everything was going great, I got sick. And I was out for a week. And now my habits have gone by the wayside. How do I get back on track? Do you have a person who is your break the glass in case of emergency person? Who's your person you could call and go, Jennifer, I lost it, I went, and I was gonna have one piece of cake, I ate the whole damn thing, and I want to die now. And she's gonna be, you know what, Lisa, it's all right, you had a rough week, you ate the cake, cool, don't do it again. We can't do it again, right? That's not gonna get us where we wanna be. I'll play a sing. That's not gonna get us where we need to be. So, who's your person? If you don't have that person, my office is at the end of the hallway. I will happily be your person. And you can tell me, I lost my mind. The bag of Cheetos, it's gone. I don't know what happened, but it's gone. And we can talk it through. I don't know what happened. I was working out, doing great, and then I just lost my motivation. I'm done. Okay, we'll talk it through. We'll work through it with the process. We'll get you back on track. So that's part of what we're here for, and that's why I love this gym so much, is that we are here for your support system. So we're not just the person you see on the floor. You can ask a real quick question about this machine or that machine. You know, we're here to keep you focused and on track and give you the information you need to make you successful and the support you need to be successful. So think about who your person is and what your emergency plan is and how you're gonna get back on track. And my rule is, if I miss one day, fine, but I can't do it 2 days in a row. I can't let it slip 2 days in a row. Can't happen twice. So we're here to help. So the fitness assessment I was talking about earlier, I have exercise physiologists on the floor who will walk you through what your goals are, where you want to be. They'll see what your current flexibility movement pattern is, and then help you get on the right track to reach your goal. Our group fitness classes, we have a wide variety of classes that are available that hit all of the different modalities that we were talking about today. with the exception of your interval training, because good lord, interval training is just rude. But we have group fitness instructors. I think we have like over 100 years of experience between all of us. I know, I did the math, I was like, wait, is that good or is that bad?
Divided by how many people?
We have a wealth of information, and we all have it in different aspects. So if one of us doesn't have the answer, you need your question, somebody here in this facility is gonna have the answer for your question. So please take advantage of us, and of course we have personal training available as well.
I have a quick question about that.
Yes.
If you have, insurance or something, anyway, if you're able to take perhaps, let's say, 10, personal training classes, I know there's no wrong answer, but would it be best to spread it out over 1 per month, 10 months, or twice a month, 5 months, or once
Okay.
every week?
So our personal training clients, I have people who do different things, and the people I've seen the most successful are the ones that we're seeing at least once a week. And it's typically just keeping everybody on target. It's accountability. It is giving you different movement patterns. It is, making sure you're hitting that progress. I don't know about you, but if I'm working out on my own, and in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna do 12 reps. At rep 8, I'm like, 8 might be enough. I don't know that I need the other 4. But, we give you that little extra push, we keep you on targets.
But in addition to whatever classes we might go to, we would also do on a daily or semi-daily basis, pattern of exercise that, or is it just one activity or with training?
So with my clients, I see them once or twice a week. We usually have a workout that they're gonna do. So if they do a class one day, they're not gonna do that workout. They can put it into a slot where they're not already currently doing something. I'll give them several different ideas of what they can do together that makes sense for them and where their body is that day. So you have a wealth of information, and then you have different varieties. So what might not work for your shoulder might work for somebody else. But if you're going on the floor and you're doing it on your own, you might not know what that option is. So we can kind of work through that with you. So it's just a matter of what your willpower is, what your focus is. Can you do it on your own? Do you need somebody to keep track, and keep you more accountable? So maybe start off with a couple, once a week, and then you go to like once every couple weeks, once you have a good base. I've had a couple come in like once, like one here or there, and I just don't see them being as successful. It's hard, it's a lot to keep track of. So, but we can talk more about that next time. So I want you to take a moment, and I gotta get you guys out of here. I want you to take a moment, I want you to close your eyes. So think about the change that you want to implement in your life. And I want you to think about what life might look like if you did not do that change. So let's take a big deep breath. Good exhale. Breathing deep into your lungs. Good exhale, everything back out. Now I want you to feel the chair underneath you. Be present in your space. Now I want you to think about who you would be around if you didn't make that change. Think about how would your body feel without making the change you want to implement. what would you be doing if you didn't make that change? Now I want you to make a note and kind of see what that looks like. And when you're ready, I want you to go ahead and take a big deep breath, a good exhale. Feel the chair underneath you, the floor underneath your feet. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit. Big deep breath, good exhale. And now this time, I want you to think about what life would look like if you did make your change. Can you picture yourself in 5 years, 10 years? What are you doing? How does your body feel? Are you closer to being the person that you wanted to be? Do you need to realign? Do you need to rethink or reprocess? Deep breath, good exhale. Who is around you? How does your change affect them? Nice big deep breath. Good, exhale everything out. I want you to open and close your mouth a couple times and wiggle your eyebrows. Maybe shake your head no. We'll be out in just a minute.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, my love.
Sorry to interrupt.
Take that big deep breath. Good exhale. And open your eyes. Guys, thank you so very much for coming in and joining me this morning. I know I gave you a lot of information very, very quickly, and it might appear to be slightly muddy. So if you have any questions that I can answer for you, please feel free to grab me afterwards or grab me on the floor sometime, and we can go over everything a little more in depth. All right, thank you ladies so much for coming, and good luck. I'm always around in case you need me. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's
That's impressive.
I have decided not to do any more than that for a while.
I think it's a good place to start. I think it's you guys, you can leave the chairs out. Silver Sneakers is coming in and they're gonna grab them.
I'm doing it before the class.
How's it feel?
Pretty good. I wondered if better would be after, but I think if I delay it, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it. Yeah, no, keep the habit you have currently. I wouldn't change it. You can leave the chairs out, guys. Silver Sneakers is gonna grab them. Chairs.
So what do your chairs
So Silver Sneakers, it is cardio. It's gonna be a muscle endurance. It's gonna be agility. So you can put everything in it. It's gonna move it around. It's a good Yes, thank you. I recognize she was like, I haven't had her in class, so we're gonna play. Wonderful, well, welcome in. Good.
That's exactly said, where would I live there?
I know it.
That's what I always say that to them.
Yeah.
They'll say that, they'll ask, you know.
Probably the only class you guys closed, but you're probably at 30 today. So if you want to go
Encouraging, but not dating.
Let me see, I'll see if Sean do it. I'll text.
Yay!
Yeah.
Doing fine. I feel confused. What's going on? I've never walked in on it.
She had a lecture in here.
Oh, it wasn't far.
Hi, good morning, how are you?
See, it doesn't take much
I will, they're slightly complicated. So you can always have some pressure and then create the resistance, but they did it. That's what we do. So let me turn around and find out the wall. Ooh, hey.
Well, I don't know whose that is. It's kind of precarious.
Yeah, I'm doing myself. Hang on, guys. I'll get out of the way.
Lisa.
It's me.
Oh.
I lost my mind. I totally forgot what I was doing.
Okay,